What the fuck? Another dark, cramped spit. Oh, hey, Beef.
Huh?
Yep, okay, he's awake.
Yep.
Uh, I guess. Well, we're stuck here for a while until the torturer comes back. Might as well talk stuff. And I've had a company kind of mulling through my head for a little while. I know you have too. Capcom.
Yep. Capcom.
Capcom.
They got some
Uh,
good games.
they
They
have
got
some
some
shit.
experimental games. They got some shit.
The
Yep.
company that if there's one failure, will never try ever again. Looking right at you, Resident Evil Outbreak.
Oh wait. Another game. I did. What was the what was that Resident Code Veronica? What was
Oh
that
my
the
god,
one?
Code Veronica. 9999, man. It had to be there. On notice, horror's favorite Resident Evil. And I tell you, it's them genes. It's got nothing to do with the gameplay. It's got nothing to. It's them genes and the camera following. All Code Veronica did was jumpstart a bunch of puberties. That's all it did.
No,
uh,
but so lately I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2,
okay, well, the first
and
question
I'm
I
gonna
had for you, honestly, before we even got into Dragon's Dogma and the later, them, for lack of a better word, better known, what was the first Capcom game you played?
Okay, so the first Capcom game that I ever played, it was on GameCube and it was Resident Evil 4. Amazing. I
RE4
loved
was
it.
your first Capcom game. No,
It was my
that's.
first.
Jesus, nothing like starting with hardcore drugs. Jesus Christ, dude. I. It was.
Yeah.
Uh, it was one of the Disney games. I want to say that it was actually Aladdin that I started with as a kid. That was 91, 92. Like, little guy.
I mean, I might have started like so they had like games on like the elementary school computers that we had growing up and stuff. So there's a chance that I might have stumbled on that as a kid because they did have an Aladdin game on there. I remember that. So that I might have started with that, but I
Side
didn't know it was Capcom, so I can't confirm.
scrolling, jumping over
But
pits, swinging a sword.
yep,
Yep, no,
it was
it
that.
was probably the exact same game. Pretty sure it did have a PC
Okay.
release once upon a time. Okay.
Okay, so I started with Aladdin then, but I don't remember hardly any of it because like after that I moved on.
Well, I mean, since you brought up Resident Evil, we might as well talk Resident Evil for a while. I mean, fuck, I'm still working on trying to get Resident Evil 4 finished. And at this point, I'm gonna just do each game individually because they're 8 hours apiece.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
no, rather than it being a marathon of a video like Resident Evil 2 was, because I'm sorry, no game needs that many versions of it, my god. Like, don't get me wrong, it's part of the reason that RE2 was awesome. But on the reviewing side of things, it made me want to pull my teeth out, so.
I can't get over the window. There's just something about the window in RE2 that bugs me. You know what I'm talking about, right? In the police station, that
Uh,
window,
yeah, yeah, I do know
the
which one.
broken window on the inside, but when you go outside, it's completely intact and just a texture.
That's because we couldn't actually pull that one off back in the day.
But
Unless we're talking the remake. Unless the remake, then I'm not
a remake.
familiar. Yeah,
It's in the
not
remake.
not super familiar. To be completely honest with you, when it comes to those two games, the OG is
Uh-huh.
where it's at for me. The OG is where
Yeah.
it's at for me. It's hard to do better than perfection pumped out in 9 months.
VOG.
The OG.
VOG.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend anybody who
Uh,
hasn't played through RE2 to play the OG first, then play the remake. The
oh
remake's
yeah.
an objectively easier game, which is funny because
Mhm.
they're both pretty easy games.
So I never played the original, but I know my dad has. And my dad, he when it was brought up that a remake was being made and stuff like that game scared the shit out of my dad actually when he played it. I think he was like in his college days or something like that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And he played it and he's like fucking hell because it was hard and he kept dying. And so when the remake was coming out and stuff, he basically had like these flashbacks and everything, and he's like, "Oh hell no, I don't need to see it in 4K."
Oh, he would not like watching me play through the game then. Just, I remember this caused me so much difficulty. I used to go through this game drunk without dying dead. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. Yeah, Resident Evil
Yeah.
is definitely one of those series that is very near and dear to Capcom's heart. They're never going to let go of that baby. But back to stuff like Outbreak, which, oh, we spent money and we didn't recoup everything back. Well, we're never trying that again, even though technology is perfect for that shit nowadays. No, we can't have that. Can't have that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Ugh.
like it's like yeah, like lately, like I said, I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2, and this is something I have to bring up when it comes to Dragon's Dogma 2. Like it's an all right game, right?
Mm.
But if you go onto Steam and you go to the microtransaction store, and oh my God, you can get all this stuff in game like for free just by playing it, basically. Except for the soundtrack, maybe, which you could just find on YouTube.
I
But
mean,
like,
what I
yeah,
did for
they
Expedition
have like
33 when I was going through shit. YouTube had it all, man.
yeah, it's just like oh you c so like here's a bullshit one, Wakestone. You can bring someone back to life and stuff. It costs 79 cents here. Typically it's $1. But here's the thing.
In the
In the game,
original, the Wakestone was just an item that you found. You generally found it in two pieces to make one.
three actually, but yeah. And here's the thing, like you can find these in game. Not only that, but they have something even better in game. If you solve all the Sphinx's riddles in that little game or whatever, you get what's called an eternal wakestone, which you can copy endlessly at the forgery shop. And what that does is it revives multiple people in one go. So
Nothing
you
like
don't
selling a solution for a problem that you made.
like it's but yeah, they're selling regular wakestones and like fast travel markers and
It's
camping.
kind of jacked that you bring up Dragon's Dogma as well, because in terms of like their hang their hat on games for a long time, Dragon's Dogma 1, especially the Dark Origin version, was like that's peak Capcom. That is,
It's
we
good.
had an idea and we went hard on that idea, and it turned into a
Hmm.
fantastic cult classic game. I was never expecting a sequel out of it. I am disappointed that they decided to take the modern trope of we'll sell you a solution for a problem we created. That's a little fucking frustrating. And
Yeah.
again, back to like you were just saying, it's all for convenience. It's not because you couldn't get the items in game or find better ones for that matter. It's just well, we know that we made reviving people a real pain in the ass, so here's an item that we're gonna sell you. And it's gonna be at
In a single player game.
a price range where your brain's going to go, oh, well, it's less than $1, but it's also more than three-quarters of $1. So each time you're doing it, yeah, it's perceptive. It's not perceptive. Wrong word. I'm looking.
It's almost like
M-
going into an arcade and putting quarters into the machine.
It's manipulative math.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
Dragon's
but
Dogma, that's the amount of variety of gameplay that you could have with that original, and just, yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2 is on my list, but it's definitely down my list. Then again, for that matter, so is the next Resident Evil game. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to say that to you guys, the Resident Evil fanboys who definitely saw Capcom and was hoping that all I was gonna do is talk about Resident Evil. But yeah, I'm not exactly excited about Resident Evil 9. Can't say I cared that much.
I mean, Leon's coming back. Yay.
Woo! You know, it's
I
fun.
know who that
You
is.
know, it's funny because I saw a news story. They're talking about, oh, we're going straight back to horror and stuff like that. And then one of the first trailers I see is Leon taking out a zombie with an axe. I'm like, yeah, that's horror. Because that looks like Resident Evil
Really?
4 with a different coat of paint to me.
Right. I mean, yeah, Leon is just the thing about Leon is he's just a badass. I'm
He
sorry. Like he's
badass.
only human, but he's a fucking badass.
Crushing on Leon just a little bit. Is it the hairdo? Tell me it's the hairdo.
It's a hairdo.
I fucking called it.
But no, but for real though, like he's got skills.
Oh yeah, but that's what happens when you're kidnapped by the military shortly after you I'm sorry, kidnapped by the government shortly after you leave Raccoon City. Yeah, you know too much. We could either execute you or you could work for us. Not a whole lot of
Wasn't
that was
uh,
basically his choice. His choice was that you could go to prison and disappear forever and ever because you know way more than you should, or you can work for
mm-hmm.
us.
Well, wasn't the so like okay, I have to ask this about Leon's character. I know we're going back to Resident Evil, but I have to ask this. Where in the game does it clarify that Leon was an alcoholic before his first day on the job on the
Doesn't
force?
it doesn't in the
It
game.
doesn't?
It's in the tie-in
So,
novels.
oh, it's in the novels.
Yep.
Okay.
SD Perry, or that's the name that she went under when she was doing the novels. Yeah, that is some background knowledge is that the reason that the whole him drinking thing came out was his girlfriend did not want him to take the job in Raccoon City. Him being the gung ho kind of dude he was, wanted to go to Raccoon City. So that night when he left, he broke up with his girlfriend.
Oh.
And he drank himself stupid that night.
And that's why he was late
And
going
that's
into
why
work.
he was late going into work because he woke up hungover and fucked up. And he's like, well, I guess I better just go face the music now.
And him doing that saved his life,
Debatable.
basically. I mean,
Debatable.
it's debatable, but
It
I
definitely
mean,
put him into Raccoon City at the same time as Claire showing up.
yeah, which helps.
Yeah.
So,
That's where that little nugget of lore came from, is the novels.
okay.
It's just been a running joke
So-
ever since.
yeah, because like I've always been like I learned about it recently, and I was just kind of like, where in the game does it clarify that? So I looked around for a bit while I
Does not.
played Resident Evil 2, and I couldn't find anything.
Nope, he won't even mention it.
Yeah, and like he
Then again, if I
he doesn't seem the type.
but also kind of makes sense considering how quickly he falls for Ada in the whole situation. I find the people who have been broken up the quickest tend to be the first ones to want to fall into a relationship immediately afterwards. So,
It's a comfort thing, isn't it?
at least in my experience, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Like you're not okay with being single quite yet. You
More
haven't
like you're not
like
okay with being alone.
yeah, fair.
And it's
That's fair.
trust me, bipolar. When it comes to depression, that shit lasts for weeks. And yeah, no, that'll be some of those things that pop in your head of I cannot tolerate to be alone with myself or my own thoughts. So I could totally see
Yeah.
it. That totally makes sense in my head.
hmm But but yeah, so like the first Dragon's Dogma was great. From what I gather though, they had microtransactions in the first game too. Like you had to buy rift crystals and stuff in order to purchase in-game goods.
No,
Yeah, no, they did, and then they discontinued it. I
no.
remember that.
What I'm saying is, no, not really, not to that same extent. Because rift crystals, just like anything else you were saying, are really easy to find. Anyway, as
Yeah.
I was saying, no, I don't remember any of the microtransactions from back in the day because, well, I was a poor kid with no internet, so it didn't really matter to me. The closest that I
Fair.
got to having like true internet was, if I remember correctly, for the Xbox version, the old Xbox 360 version. You could pull pawns for other characters that were saved to the game. So, like, I
hmm
could dig up my brother's pawn, who was fucking ridiculous, and it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna have her around with me for the rest of the game. Just watch her fight off bosses by herself.
Yeah. So another game that I played that was Capcom that I did like it. It's goofy and I mean I personally liked it,
Are we
but
leaning towards Dead Rising?
it felt very for some reason it felt very shallow, and I can't put my finger as to why. Dead Rising 4.
Dead Rising 4 was the worst of them. That was them shooing it in. The game was rushed. The original idea that the developers had for Dead Rising got shut down repeatedly by Capcom. So, for lack of a better statement, Dead Rising 4 was the safe bet for the company. And
Mm,
it suffered because of it.
that
Dead Rising
sucks.
3 was not well received. That was the Xbox One. That was like the Xbox exclusive Dead Rising they did, if I remember correctly. Yeah, yeah, that was exclusive, and
Mhm.
it was very poorly received. So you had technically three good games beforehand.
3.
You had the
Okay.
first one, you had two, and then you had two off the record. Not counting the small little DLC standalone shit that they did, like there's one that goes over the dude from 2 Chuck's first experience with the zombies and trying to get away with his daughter. Then there was one where Chuck and Frank from 1 and 4 had to work together to uncover a conspiracy from company, yada yada. Point being is that by the time we have gotten to 4, Capcom was kind of over the whole company and over the whole game. So they're just like, no, we just want another Dead Rising. Give us a numbered sequel, do us that. And then when that game didn't perform as well, they basically just shut down the entire company.
Mm-hmm.
Because Capcom, again, back to the if we can't make our money off it or the idea we had didn't work, we're going to shit can it and never use it again. It's gone forever. Don't even think about it. And that's where Dead Rising
How?
sits in my head on that one.
Yeah. Like how? So I've never actually played them, and so I don't really. All I know about the gameplay is it's like coked up mice in a blender. But Devil May Cry. How are those games? Do you know?
Yes, I do. Um,
Um,
The only one that I would
like
recommend not playing is 2. Unless you want to just
2.
shoot guns at enemies and that's your game. That's the entire game. You just hold square until everything around you dies. So, a lot of the frenetic stuff that you'll see nowadays, a lot of platinum games, that kind of thing, were directly inspired by Devil May Cry. So, we'll do a little bit of a history one. So, Devil May Cry, once upon a time, was actually a prototype for Resident Evil 4, but
Mm-hmm.
it was so far out of left field for what Capcom was expecting and so far out of mind for what they had an idea for, they decided to bloop, we're going to turn it into its own franchise. And it did really well because that kind of hardcore action game hadn't been done before. The
Is that why
guy,
Dante basically has a similar hairstyle to Leon?
similar,
I
not.
said, I mean, like the
It's
it's
always been more of a metalhead long hair kind of basically the way I keep my hair.
fair.
That was definitely closer. But no, I'd say the closest one to actually having Leon's hair would be Nero, and part of me feels like that was an homage kind of thing. This swoop and
Yeah.
the yeah, yeah. But anyway, the guy who did that series,
Mm-hmm.
for the life of me cannot remember his name off the top of my head. I made a bunch of jokes about it in Resident Evil 4. It was Hideki Kamiya. Hideki, you spell my name wrong. I'll block you on Twitter, Kamiya. Yeah, he's the one who started those. He eventually left Capcom to found Platinum Games. He's no
Mm,
longer there now, so I don't know what the hell he does. He might just block people on Twitter now. That might be all he does now. I don't know.
damn,
But
that's crazy.
yeah, he originally was working on a version of Resident Evil 4 that became so crazy and out there that it's like, yeah, no, this is its own thing now. And Devil May Cry is a thing. And I've played
Mm.
through all of those, except again, 2 is by far and easily the worst of the entire series. Then I will die on that
I've
hill.
heard bad things about 2.
2 is bad. 2 is genuinely bad. It's a
Okay.
surprise that It's a surprise that it continued to be a series after that,
Mm.
especially given the circumstances of like the entire deal. It's the rare
I,
occasion where Capcom technically failed, but they made enough money where they're like, all right, we'll keep rolling with it because it sold well,
hmm
and that's all really Capcom cares about. This is a As I was saying, it's one of the rare occasions where Capcom technically failed, but they were like, we made enough
hmm
money, we keep rolling with it. Now, a lot of people like to complain about EA, and I'll complain about EA, but like Dead Space, fucking, oh, we didn't make all the money in the world, so therefore it was a failure, we'll never do it again. Capcom is that Japanese company, though. They
hmm
do not, they taste failure once and then never again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I think the problem with that is like they don't explore, go outside of their comfort zone, and then things get stale.
Yeah,
Like that seems to be the thing with video games nowadays in general.
I don't disagree, but this might be the mental illness talking, but it honestly feels like everything is like that right now. Nothing
Yeah.
is fun or entertaining. Nothing feels like it's worth the time or effort, including the old games that I used to love. Like, I tried bringing myself to play through the OGs the other day, and dude, I couldn't bring myself to do it. And mind you,
Mm.
each game is like maybe 2 hours long. The
hmm
old school Resident Evils, if you know your way around them and through them, you can beat pretty quickly. If I remember correctly, the quickest I got through the first game was like an hour and 20.
Nice.
I'm not a speedrunner, so, it's back to the just knowledge of the game. They're not tough games.
hmm
Well, they're not tough games when you've been playing them most of your life. But,
Kind of like me with Banjo Kazooie.
exactly. Get out of there.
So, um, but no, I was curious about them because I don't know if they'd be my style of gameplay, but at the same time, I don't know what the gameplay is actually like
Um,
for Devil May Cry.
I'm
So,
trying to think of something that you could compare it to
hmm
that isn't technically derived from Devil May Cry, because Devil May Cry was kind of a first of its own thing, at least in terms of movement and how combat worked. So, I guess fast frenetic sword swinging,
yeah.
moving from opponent to opponent as quickly as possible and taking them out as efficiently yet uniquely as possible. Because the
So basically,
game runs on kind of a scoring system, so the more varied your combos and attacks are, the higher that you're going to be up on this little score setup, right?
so he's a demonic dynamo, basically.
Fair, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And depending,
Dante the demonic dynamo.
I mean, I've seen more. I've seen less interesting comparisons for a Triple D reference, but hey, man.
Yeah. I mean that's what I'm getting out of it because like I've like maybe watched like just a bare minimum of gameplay and stuff, but
Mm,
I know basically nothing about the series other than he's like a demon and he likes pizza.
uh, Demon Dad, Human Mom. That's kind of the
Yeah.
whole. That's kind of the whole. The cross pulls between races, kind of. I enjoy the
hmm
series, but I cannot tell you that I enjoy the storytelling.
Oof. So
Yeah,
the story is
it's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea.
okay. That's fair.
I need more
Like that's
dark. I need more dark. I need more depressing. Fuck, I need more. I hate to throw it out as an example, but I need more shit like Warhammer. I need a list of all these named people, their past, their experiences, where they came from, grew up, what was their dog's name, and then to know that they're gonna die horribly. Grimdark.
yeah.
I need like I know it's got nothing to do with games technically, but it's part of the reason I enjoy like Mobile Suit Gundam and shit so much. Because those are war
hmm
stories where there is no good or evil. It's just two sides of an occupation, two sides of um, a confrontation. There's going to be good people on both sides. There's going to be some fucking vicious genocidal motherfuckers on both sides. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter because in the end, you're still human and you're just as dead as the next guy who blew up. I like my darker storytelling, if you couldn't tell from, like, me enjoying Resident Evil and shit like that.
Yeah. Speaking of storytelling, let's talk the Resident Evil movies.
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk the Resident Evil movies. So, I guess the first question I have is like, is this a situation like Capcom does with like the Street Fighter movie where they're like, "Oh yeah, you think it's a joke? You think we made a poor mistake? We make $1 million every time that show's on television."
Right.
I wonder if it's a situation like that where that's like, yeah, they're butchering our source material, but they're making us enough money where we don't care.
Ooh.
To Capcom in general, because Capcom has to license that shit out to uh I want to say Sony. Sony was the one who was doing the movies there for a while. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get much farther than the third movie before I was like, "Yep, nope, I'm done." I could suspend my disbelief for a little bit, but I can no longer do
Uh-huh.
this. Once
Yeah.
the world had dried up and it became a desert planet, yet Umbrella had basically an entire city underground and all. It's just, dude. Now you're breaking my suspension of disbelief. It's kind of how fantasy and horror and stuff works. Is the suspension of
Yeah.
disbelief.
Yep.
Yeah, that.
Like,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, it's like you can't really like you got to be immersed in it, and when you break that immersion with like all this unrealistic shit that doesn't apply within the laws of the physics of the world itself that you're building, like now you fucked up.
Yeah, the whole thing falls apart at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, to answer your succinct question about the movies, I'm going to answer with no, thank you.
yeah.
No, I can
Well,
get I can get lead poisoning all on my own, thank you.
one thing I will give Capcom credit for is the character design. Their character designs are amazing,
Are we
in my
talking?
opinion.
What are we talking about? We talking like old Resident
Uh,
Evil 3 Jill? Are we talking like just the
yeah,
idea of
yeah, like okay, you got anywhere between like Cammy. Street Fighter is Capcom, right?
yes,
Yeah,
sir. Oh
yeah.
man,
So you got
may
you
have had to
got
throw you may have
Cammy.
had to throw you out of the dungeon after that one.
But yeah, there's Cammy. There's freaking. I mean, you have to. I mean, even if you don't like her, Lady Dimitrescu. There's Jill. Jill
I
Sandwich.
see I see a lot of puberty builders here, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on in Capcom. Ada.
Mm,
So
I
I mean,
see
Ada.
where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from.
Oh yeah, Ada's red dress. I mean, come on. Yeah. They knew what they were doing.
Well, I mean,
So
again, back to at that point, especially in the 90s, majority of adults were starting to have younger kids and introduce the younger kids to the video games, and boom, game over. Yeah, no, I understand.
oh yeah.
That
Nah,
was one
I
of the ways
mean
I got introduced to fucking Jill back in the day, was watching the old man go through Resident Evil 3 for the first time and going, huh. I don't know if a tube top and a short skirt is the most effective way of getting rid of zombies, but I'm not complaining.
right? It's not practical, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, it
Oh,
works better than when Todd Howard goes out and says it just works. I can't knock that. Capcom, when it works, does actually work. However, when it doesn't work, it fucking tends to flop really goddamn hard.
like what do you mean? Give an example. Well,
Oh, just off the Resident Evil series? The first thing that pops in my head would
Resident
probably
Evil
be
8.
I
Resident
unfortunately
Evil
can't
8.
I unfortunately cannot use that because Resident Evil 8 sold well enough that they could use it as a springboard to do the next game. So, no, can't use that as the example. I was thinking more
Okay.
like Resident Evil Gun Survivor 1 and 2. The first Gun Survivor
Gun.
game actually sold better than to be expected, but not great. The second Gun Survivor game was it? It was a game over. No more. We're not doing this anymore.
Damn.
Yeah. Again, back to this. That should be their tagline. Capcom, we tried once, never again.
Yeah. I mean, Capcom reminds me of like that like really hardcore parent that's like you only got an A and not an A plus. You dishonor me. You know?
Accurate.
Like
Accurate.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of like that company where if you don't get an A plus on your project, you've already failed.
I'm honestly kind of impressed that they didn't take Bethesda's notes from New Vegas and Obsidian going, "Wait, you mean we can withhold money if it's not a score that we arbitrarily like? We should look into this."
Yeah. It's, and like going off topic here. I want a uh I I want Bethesda to do to New Vegas what they did to Oblivion. I want that remake. Remaster, sorry. Remaster. I want it so freaking bad. It's like I know I'm going off topic,
That's
but
fine.
like
In
I
fairness,
love
the
New Vegas.
topic was you're chained to a wall, and we started talking. Capcom was just the thing that we were talking about before.
That's true.
Yeah,
But like I want New Vegas to have a remaster so fucking bad because the original, like I love the original.
well,
I really love it, but
I
it's so
haven't
buggy.
looked at the modding situation for a while,
Yeah,
but last I saw the New Vegas remake in the Fallout 4 engine was moving along fairly well.
good.
Yeah, I just can't say for certain what's going on there because it's not exactly something I pay attention to too hard.
Well, even Fallout 4's engine isn't good.
No, but it's
Like
not terrible.
it's not as bad as the Gamebryo. Is that what it's called?
I'm pretty sure it's just an evolved version of Gamebryo, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain
So
it
it's
is.
oh it is. Oh, okay. But, like
Don't get me wrong. Somebody in the comments will tell me that I'm wrong, but I'm pretty certain that it's just another evolved version of Gamebryo. Like there's nothing that's actually been new. Not really.
mhm.
I mean, Bethesda's not exactly known for doing new.
No, they aren't. I mean, Elder Scrolls 6, when's that coming out? We don't know.
Me and you will both be dead before that comes out.
I have I mean Grand Theft Auto 6, Elder Scrolls 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come out before Elder Scrolls 6, and that's the sad part right there.
And I don't even I'm not even a I've never actually believe it or not, I've never actually been a fan of Grand Theft Auto. I don't know
Me or
if
you
it's
both.
like huh?
Me or you both. Not exactly my cup of tea. The closest that I've ever come to enjoying that kind of game was the first and second Red Dead Redemption games because that was something different.
Bully I liked.
Bully was good.
Bully is good. Bully's hilarious.
Bully is though just
Bully
teenage Grand Theft Auto though. It really is.
it is, but it's like I don't know if it's like the amount of like crime in Grand like there's something I mean, I don't know what it is. If there's like a game I get like a weird aversion to like too much criminal activity. If there's a game with too much of it, I kind of have a weird aversion to it. Anyway, another game though that I was think I always talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it now anyway. Chrono Trigger.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now that's a good game.
Mr. Grinds a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Me beating Lavos in 12,000 BC on the first playthrough.
Yeah, that's Mr. Grinds a lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now
As Jeff calls me, Grindy McGrinderson.
my experience with Chrono Trigger isn't nearly as in depth as yours. I do have it sitting on the PC for an inevitable playthrough, but we'll see when I actually get to that. Right
Yeah.
now,
I mean,
the right now the depression state's been lasting shit pretty close to since I moved here,
mhm.
and I have not been able to get over Jack and shit. I have not been able to force myself to really sit down and play much of anything. Sure as hell haven't been able to sit down and write anything. The best that I was
Mm-hmm.
able to do was basically just let the channel know, yeah, no, I'm doing what I can. Mental illness is a bitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. It's down the laundry line of games that I need to pick up and go
Mm-hmm.
through.
How
No,
did you
but
like you did play that Dragon Ball Z game, right? What was it called again?
which one? There's several.
The hang on, Kakarot.
Kakarot? I enjoyed Kakarot. I've already played through and beaten it before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me getting it on the PC is actually technically the third version I had owned.
Okay.
Yeah, I originally played through it and beat it on the Xbox One, and then I got it for the PS4 year or two later, and then I picked it up for PC to do a long play setup that kind of fell apart because I swear to God, I cannot get fucking good consistent internet to save my life. It's part of the reason I can't stream anymore is because my upload speeds are so fucking slow that yeah, no, I literally cannot stream. It will not let it happen. I'm still confused how it let me happen the one time I was able to stream. Because the literal next day that I tried, nope, fuck you.
Huh.
Yeah,
What there's another DLC that just came out. Oh
yeah.
wait, no, that came out February of last year. Never mind. But like
Basically anything new
Di
that, yeah, Daima, anything new that Dragon Ball pushes out, Kakarot seems to be pretty close to it. I know the Xenoverse games does a lot of updates like that too.
yeah, I did not know that there was yet another um that there was another DLC. Like I thought I had them all, but I guess
Nope.
not.
Nope, they did it. No, they did another series where everybody got taken to some demon world or some shit like that. I don't actually truly know what the story was, mainly because I don't even know what the story past Dragon Ball Z was. I don't know what happened in the Super adaptation or whatever the fuck that was supposed to be. Another series or like a continuation. I don't know. I remember the series ending with Majin Buu being destroyed, and that was it. That was the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm making a bit of a leap here because Team Four Star, but did you know that they started Sailor Moon Abridged?
I did see that, and I'm not gonna lie, the first thing that popped in my head is like, you guys wouldn't have had the audience drop and the continuing struggling to try to figure out what you were doing for years if you had just kept with the abridged thing. See how popular that became so fucking quickly. I can't imagine why. It's almost as if you start your channel and you base it off of stuff that people know you for, they tend to show up for that thing.
Yeah, I
Uh,
started watching the Sailor Moon Abridged and I like it.
I mean, I can't really knock it. I haven't seen it. I haven't really paid attention to it other than just seeing that, oh, look, they're doing more abridged stuff again. Why don't you just go back and finish
I'm glad
Dragon Ball then, assholes?
I'm glad they're doing more abridged stuff at least.
Oh,
Like
yeah, no,
that's
same. It's just back to the.
yeah.
God, it's only been years, guys. What the hell? Did we discover that we're not making enough money, or is it just not, now we want to abridge something else? I don't know. I cannot criticize, nor can I compare. I'm just confused by the whole thing.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it was a whole copyright thing and that's why they stopped for a while.
Toei was doing a lot of
Shut
that.
down.
Well, it's part of the reason
Yeah.
that they also had to have that long ass introduction to every single one. That this is a parody.
hmm
We don't own jack and shit.
Yeah, the
And
original is owned by Toei Animation, Fuji Animation, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
exactly, yeah, there's a reason that it
Yeah.
started with that every time. Was a fair use, we're covering our ass kind of thing.
And I mean, they said it so much that I basically
It's
have most
ingrained.
of that memorized now.
Yeah,
It's
it's
ingrained,
ingrained.
yeah. Like I know who it's owned by. Thanks.
Well, and fairness, that's kind of the goal. The goal is to have
Yeah,
that pounded in so hard that there is no question of who owns the IP, who owns the licensing, who owns the characters.
but I think that Dragon Ball Z Abridged got even more fans into the series, and that's where like Toei shot themselves in the foot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's no question.
hmm Like
Speaking of which,
let people.
doing this long ass chat, it's a good thing I have so much footage laying around. Enjoy the background of Space Marine too. Maybe we'll talk about that sometime.
But yeah. No, I don't mind us keeping in like the discussion, by the way, about like, me talking about Heyday and Grand Theft Auto still, and me not being it's the
You're
more maybe
fine.
some of the more
You're
personal shit.
fine. You don't need to know what I cut out. They don't need to know what I cut out. Quit bringing it up.
Sorry. No, I was just saying, like,
Because now they're curious. What does the uncut version look like? Don't worry about it. Stay out of my fucking head.
it looks like a slimy dick. I don't know.
I mean, kinda, a little bit. I'd recommend a flashlight or a fleshlight, whatever fucking pulls your poison. I'm not here to tell you what to do with yourself. Uh, no, this
Yeah.
whole talk was not supposed to be just Capcom. Wasn't supposed to be just Capcom games. It was basically whatever you wanted to shoot the shit about. This is not an interview. This is a chat between buddies.
Fair enough.
I can tell you the
I
thing.
got
I can tell you the thing that I have been eyeballing recently. That I kind of I don't know how I feel about whether I'm gonna pull the trigger on this or not. It's something my little brother had brought up to me, and is back on the Warhammer side of things. There is a Left 4 Dead-ish kind of game called Dark Tide that he had pointed out to me before, and well, back to I'm a fan of dark storytelling. I have been eyeballing that a little bit. That was actually something I was gonna toss at you too, there, Beav. But that's also if I could ever get get a
get your
time where
mind shit situated.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's more getting the house situated, getting the new apartment situated. I'm still sitting on a fucking tote, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you had to leave behind. I mean,
Go ahead. No, go
yeah.
ahead. You're
No, I was gonna say
I
the way
lost
you moved
all
is a
my
lot worse
furniture.
than
I lost my couch, I lost my chair, I lost the end tables, I lost the TV stand, I lost the mounting setups for a lot of stuff. The biggest one was the computer chair though. That's the one I have not been able to replace. That's the one that's becoming the biggest crux to getting any fucking work done. I got a blown out back, I got mental illness, and I'm expected to sit on a fucking plastic tote to get shit done. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
oh man.
The old saying, no thanks, I choose death.
Yeah, your therapist must be having a field day with that one.
Which therapist? The physical therapist?
Exactly.
Yeah, which therapist we talking? Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
all I can say is exactly.
yeah, no, my doctors are not happy with me in general. The moving across the
Yeah.
country, the situation that I'm in, like, no, none of them are fucking happy at all. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Ugh.
Yeah. But no, what was I saying before? Trying to get back on track.
Good luck
I
on
hate
that.
it when I forget.
This has been a fucking mess. Again, back to this is not an interview. This is not a structured format. This is just chatting into the ether, dude. Anybody who
Yeah.
likes it. Anybody who doesn't, well, they weren't exactly great fucking fans in the first place. I don't really care. Sub,
Well, I've
unsub, whatever. We're here for a good time, not a long one. Like that's how that works. Oh,
yeah, that's fair. I mean, growing up, I've never really been the popular kid, so I don't expect anybody to really like what I have to say at all or be interested in it. But it's nice to talk to someone anyway.
don't sell yourself short. Don't
Eh,
sell yourself short. And again, back to don't feel bad. I just had to dish out my mental illness not that long ago just to, yo, it's not that I don't care or I'm not trying. I just have a voice in my head that wants me dead right now.
I don't want you dead.
It's one of you. That's the voice outside
Well,
the
there's
head. The
only
voice
one
in.
of me.
Yeah, that's the voice outside the head. The voice inside my head. Put the gun over
Yeah.
your head and pull the trigger under your chin, and the hole will be bigger. You know, it's bad when the voices start singing.
Wow. Oh wow. I've
Yeah,
never heard that, but it's funny, but it's dark too.
sounds like me.
Yeah.
Sounds like me.
Not speaking of dark storytelling, I was actually last night, I had it for a while, and I decided to finally sit and watch a lot of it. I didn't really watch all of it because I went to bed, but
Hmm.
I watched a lot of it. It's the Animatrix.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that in years, years and years. I want to say like my parents were still alive, kind of.
There
years
there's
and
some
years.
fucking dark storytelling in that
Oh yeah,
I actually like it because it's not all Disneyfied. Like there's not happy endings everywhere at all.
I honestly don't remember any happy endings in any of that.
Well, the kid did have one. The kid, the one on the
Uh
skateboard.
oh yeah, one.
Yeah, what there's like one and then like the other
The runner would
like the
probably be the
final
only other one that I can think of that'd be technically a happy ending, even though it's not.
the program one where she thought that the dude that she was arguing with was real, but he was actually a program. That one was fucked up.
Mm,
Like she was like crying afterwards and stuff, and even punched the lead programmer in the face before walking off. And they said, "Oh yeah, she passed."
mm-hmm.
And it's like, dude, you just you just fucked with her head
Yeah, you just
hard.
emotionally scarred that woman.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. The Wachowski brothers, or brother and sister now, the Wachowskis. Yeah, no, they're interesting storytellers.
They are. I mean, the final flight of the Osiris, that was pretty crazy too, in my opinion. Because
I
like,
would definitely have to refamiliarize myself with the movie. I again back to it's been decades at this point. Oh, decade plus at this point.
I mean, the good part is it's like short stories, so you know you can like sit for like a few minutes and watch one, and then take a break if you have to. So that's one cool part that I like about it.
Fair.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I didn't watch all of them. Like I said, I got through most of it, and I was just like, damn, this is this is actually good. This makes the Matrix more interesting. Now we're talking. You know,
Well,
like
it.
finding weird anomalies and stuff like that within the Matrix, and people discovering them, or people waking up momentarily before being shoved back into this virtual reality
Uh,
world.
this conversation has traveled back to 2000, 2001.
What?
Oh, just the amount of talk about the Matrix. Like, wow, this is transferred back to 2000, 2001 when the Matrix was the biggest fucking thing on Earth.
Didn't it come out in '99 actually?
Yeah, but the Animatrix was later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the original was
But
99. But yeah, you couldn't get away from a fucking Matrix conversation there for a solid 5 years after that, too. Because then you had 2 and 3 come out. 2 is probably where you should end. 3, you can go without it. You're not missing much.
yeah, but I liked them. It was not as good as the first one. Definitely not as thought provoking, but I liked two and three. So,
Uh,
and I do like the Animatrix. Resurrections we could have done without.
it, honestly, I could see us just doing without. I forgot that they did that newest one recent, like not recently, but oh my god, damn you, brain
The fact that
damage.
they didn't bring back Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, like no, like you can't do that. You can't just replace
Destroyed
him
my
with another
immersion.
actor.
0 out of 10. Wouldn't watch again.
Or it's like they also replace like Morpheus with another actor, which no, you can't do that either.
Uh,
Like it basically was a fan fiction at that point.
well, given this conversation, I say it's time for a smoke break. Back in just a minute.
Okay.
One eternity later.
All right, smoke's break's over. I'm alive again. Where the fuck were we talking about? Just crap, I guess.
I don't
Just
I don't
crap, I
know.
guess. Any games you're looking forward to right now?
Games I'm okay, so games I'm looking for. I'm trying to think. Hold on. I actually have to think on this because I haven't really thought of it. Um I mean, I'd probably get back into Oblivion because I've been playing the Oblivion remastered and I do like it. Um otherwise, do I even have anything in my wish list right now?
I wouldn't know.
Um, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm all private too and stuff. Um, hang on. I'm actually trying to. Okay, go to store. Where? I yeah, it's empty.
That
I
doesn't
don't
surprise me
even
too
use
much.
it.
That don't surprise me too much. I would say probably the closest that I can come to in terms of looking forward to something, ironically enough, Capcom, is they decided to bring back the Onimusha series.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Resident Evil, but feudal Japan.
Oh, did you ever play did you ever play the rest of Expedition 33?
I still technically need to finish it. I didn't do any of the updatey stuff. After doing
Yeah,
that
it's
review,
it
I had to put it down for a while.
no, I don't blame you. It's it's a heavy game.
Well, I mean,
It's a good game.
a little more personal than I would like to get, but I will. I mean, I brought it up in the review. I buried the majority of my own family, including my own son. So, like, yeah, a
Hmm.
game about grief and loss and all that. Yeah, I know that a little too fucking well. That shit hit me a little more personally than I was expecting. So,
Yeah.
that's a.
Oh, there's a-
I need to be, I don't know, turbo stoned, or we just bump a bunch of ketamine into Nerf and fucking do it that way. Like, I don't know, but we'll get it figured out.
the thing is like when it comes to new games that I might buy, I have literally nothing on my list, but I do have a backlog. So I might just be digging into my backlog in all honesty. Which
Not a terrible
uh
idea.
yeah, one game I don't know if you have it, Ass Libra Revision, the
Yeah,
side scroller one.
yeah,
I
actually,
love I might
you gave me that.
yeah, I would recommend that one. It's not I mean, it's made by one dude too, which is incredible.
Nope,
Um
I'll be the embarrassed one to tell you straight up. I got lost and could not figure out where to progress. I'm sure I'll pick it up again later. But I ended up just grinding McGrinderson it to the point where it's like, okay, literally nothing that spawns is now a threat. I have gone too far above and beyond of this. Where the fuck am I going? Spend an hour trying to figure it out. Okay, nope, I've given up for now.
oof.
Yeah, again,
So
I
like
pick it up later.
yeah, it's a damn good game though, in
I've
my
had fun with
opinion.
it. Although
Yeah.
speaking of dark stories and stuff, I have played fairly recently. Silent
Mhm.
Hill F was way better than I was expecting.
Oh, it was?
Oh, dude, that was a damn good game. That is a easy recommendation.
Okay. Oh wait. Actually, you know what? I Final Fantasy. Yeah.
I got Final Fantasy X still sitting. That one's a favorite from childhood. I gotta pull that one back
I
out.
actually I did actually buy that game, by the way.
Good game.
Final Fantasy X, yeah. I think I
Another
started to
game that
play
kind of
it.
ends on a another game that kind of ends on a
Somber note.
call it
Yeah.
bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
Bittersweet's an
Let's
accurate one
see.
for it.
Oh God, I still have Kingdom Hearts installed.
See,
The
there
story
you
of
go.
that is
You want to talk about a fucking conversation? Two dudes try to figure out what the fuck Kingdom Hearts is about.
okay. Okay, so
No, no.
actually, no. I do want to do a deep dive on this. What is it about?
Oh my god, I don't know. That was the joke.
So like I know there was somebody that actually tried to explain the story like in depth. There's a whole video chronologically trying to explain the story, and I got lost in the beginning of it.
Well,
Like
if I think it's the video that I think it is, that fucker's like 4 hours long. Yeah, so you lose yourself at the beginning, you're lost. Period.
yeah, like I would like okay, so now we have time travel. What is happening?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. That's kind of where I'm looking at it. It's like it was a goofy game where fucking ironic. It was a fun game where I fought with Goofy and Donald, and fucking Donald would never heal me. And yeah, no, I that's about what I remember of it. Is that as a kid, I was like, this is like the best mixture of Final Fantasy that I could come across as let's see, 2001. Yeah, a fucking 10, 11
Like
year old kid.
Yeah, like the first game, I think the story's okay in the first. If you don't add all the extra shit, I think the first game is pretty solid, actually. It's a good game.
No, the 1 and 2 played fine. The games play fine. That's not the
Hmm.
problem here. The problem here is that we do not need a fucking complicated, convoluted clusterfuck of a story to explain why everything be the way it be. Sometimes, just show, don't tell. That
Well,
game's problem is
it's
tell
like
and it showing you at the same time. You can't keep so much shit.
I even like, and this is going to be like this might be controversial, but I even like Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Not a lot of people get into that game, but I do. I like the gameplay. I think the story's okay, but like there's something I like to look at the concepts and ideas and stuff. The music is amazing. Um, and it does actually get me emotional. And there's times where I'm sitting through the story and I'm listening to music and I'm like, why am I emotional right now?
Because art be
Why am
like that, yo.
like Kingdom Hearts is like that. Like you just get emotional just over the simple ideas. Like not even over the story itself, but the ideas that they're trying to portray.
And
And
this is how I know I'm a bastard coded bastard filling because I'm very, very lost on that front.
but like I'll be playing Chain of Memories, and one thing that I always liked, and yes,
Quit it!
we could we
Quit
could even
chewing
get
on.
into the Matrix.
Sorry. Quit
Oh,
chewing
you're
on
good.
random crap, Eva. That's why you just got bonked. Knock it off.
But
God damn it, this
I
dog.
mean, the whole idea of this place, Castle Oblivion, where you're like going through the rooms in this maze-like labyrinth structure that you could get lost in forever, and you're going through like these weird versions of all your memories, like a dream, that are false. And then by the end of it, your memory is so scrambled that you have to spend a year in a coma just to be able to have your head straightened up again. It's such a weird idea to me, but I like it.
You're talking to a
I
guy
guess
who's
I
got
just
memory issues already. Like, that sounds terrible to me.
I mean, I just it wasn't in a Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like if you put it in another medium and you actually like pitched that concept
You do this?
and you executed it better, I could see that being
You do this?
wild. Like, sorry.
No, it's not you. It's the corgi.
Oh.
Yeah, Eva decided to, while I was trying to have this chat, eat a bunch of crap randomly. Shredded
Mm,
my masking tape for the Gundam models and started chewing on one of my dust brushes, and I had to bonk her with it because she knows better.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a little upset right now. You can't
Sorry,
make
man.
my you're good. You cannot make my life easy, can you, little girl? Well, I guess I'm gonna keep getting pestered like that. We're gonna have to end this one here soon, and we'll pick this up again with a different subject matter later down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
But yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Holy fuck. What? Why? What is this? What is this story about? Who cares? Just play the game. Enjoy the gameplay.
One of the rare
I guess the
circumstances
story.
where I can say, getting stoned might be your better policy before trying to delve deep into this.
I mean, the way I look at it, there are actually some games where I just ignore the story entirely and just try to enjoy the gameplay itself. And Kingdom Hearts is one of those games I can successfully do that.
I can't. Great
Mm.
example would actually be game that was out a few years ago. Final Fantasy Strangers in Paradise. That writing was so fucking terrible, and that storytelling was so shit. I couldn't even enjoy the game for what it was. I straight up just couldn't tolerate it. It's like, yep, nope, this is immediately being returned. Fuck you.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I have to at least have a semblance of care in the story. Otherwise, I'm never gonna pay attention to the story. I mean, or pay attention to the game. Like, part of the reason I have it on screen for everybody watching. I got stuff of Space Marine 2 playing. Like, if I had not played the first game and actually like was kind of entitled to the story of that, I never would have bothered touching the second. I don't know shit about
Mm.
Warhammer. The only reason that I did was after doing a bunch of hardcore research trying to figure it the fuck out. But that's where I'm at
Okay,
with.
so
Go ahead.
Stranger of Paradise, that's supposed to be like the first game or something. What
Yeah,
is
it,
it exactly?
God, I couldn't fucking tell you. From what I understand, it's like it's telling the story of how the big bad became the big bad, I guess, for Final Fantasy 1 or 2. It's one of those two. I can't remember which one.
Garland?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Either way, it was so shittily done. Back it up. So shittily done
Mm.
that I couldn't tolerate it. Like I
Yeah.
straight up I made it 20 minutes into the game before I was like, I'm taking this out, I'm uninstalling it, and I'm never playing it again.
I noticed in the trailer there's like an abundance of like crystals everywhere.
Yeah, couldn't tell you about that. Couldn't tell you anything about it. Don't know anything about it.
Mm.
The last Final Fantasy that I genuinely played through start to finish and enjoyed, like in terms of their chronological, their numbered releases, was probably 12. 12 was the last one that I played through and enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I played through was 15, and the game played fine. The story was trash. The ending was trash.
Mm.
It was one of those things that, oh, you want to understand what's going on in the game? Okay, well, you need to watch this movie, you need to watch this anime, you need to read this book, and then you might have an idea what's going on in the story of the game. And that's just poor storytelling.
Sounds like Stranger Things fans that are like, you need to watch the Henry Creel play, and I'm like, no, I just want to watch the show. Like, you should explain this shit in the show. What are you
As
doing?
far
I
as
don't want to watch the play.
as obsessed as people are with that show is the main reason I did not want to watch that show.
Mm.
Anything that is that level of obsession or people that are fawning over it, uh, doesn't lead me with confidence. That leads me that, oh, you are just a bunch of sheep. Cool.
Well, what gets me about Stranger Things that I've noticed more than any other show is the amount of like interviews that they do with the actors and all the things and stuff. And it's like, do these people ever take a break? What is this?
No, no, they never take a break. It was the last thing that Netflix made a whole lot of money on, so they're like, nope, fucking shell it, shelve it. If we can slap it on a product, we are selling that product like that.
Yeah, they're like the actors have to be exhausted from all
Dude,
these interviews,
you
though.
can't go to
My
a grocery store
God.
without seeing that shit everywhere. Like, there's no fucking way that these people aren't losing their goddamn minds.
Yeah, like if I was one of the main, especially one of the main actors in Stranger Things, I would be like after work, I'd be like, leave me the fuck alone. Like I don't want to do any more interviews. I don't want to do any more videos. Like I'm done. That would be me though.
That's fair.
But I'm but yeah, it's like because I can't even imagine. I can't imagine living like that, just having to do interview after interview. I feel like if I was an actor and I did like a movie or a TV show, I would maybe like do a few promos and stuff, like promo interviews. But after that, I'd be done. I wouldn't get into like, this guy answers questions about his role, and I wouldn't do all that.
No, that's
You know?
no, that's sounds boring.
Yeah, it's not only boring, but like it's too much.
Can everything
It's
just
like a
be a rap party? Can
oversaturation.
everything just be a rap party where we put the Coke, a bowl of Coke out in the middle, and like whoever wants a bump, go ahead. Let's turn this into an actual party. What's with this fucking lame interview crap?
Where's the
Uh,
Kool-Aid? Where's the Kool-Aid?
that
Bring
sugar
out the
water.
punch bowl.
That colored sugar water. Grew up on that
Yep,
shit.
Kool-Aid was good.
It was.
Yeah. I remember drinking it like back when I was still after I got out of homelessness, I started drinking that often and I
Cheap.
loved it.
Cheap.
Yeah,
Flavored water.
it tastes
Can't knock it.
cheap, tasted good. Yeah.
I mean, sure, your piss is funny colors, but man, when is it?
Oh, hey, it just makes life a little more interesting and
There
surreal.
you go. It's about how you
You
look
know,
at it. Oh, well, this conversation has definitely gone off the rails a little bit. Any idea of
Eh,
what you want to talk about next time around?
next time, I don't know. Uh, how about Playboy and its legacy?
Oh my god.
I could get into that.
That's something you definitely know, don't you?
Playboy, OnlyFans.
Yeah,
And I don't
yeah.
know OnlyFans so much because I don't really
Don't
I don't
don't
really
don't
do
don't mind my boy Beaver. He's a gigantic pervert.
it. Well, okay. In my defense, right?
That's never a
I,
good way to start, in my defense.
well, what had happened was I was talking with my father in the garage one time. He's smoking a cigarette, and I happened to look over and I saw there were Playboy magazines on the shelf up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I had heard people like I'd heard it passed around being talked about, but I didn't know what exactly they were. I was 11 years old, by the way,
Yeah, you
like
were a
10,
kid
11
still.
years old.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea what these were. And I didn't ask my father because I guess I was paranoid. Like I shouldn't know what that is, that sort of thing. And so I did this thing often as a kid. Like this is where I got my mischief from, is I would sneak around the house a lot at night
Mm-hmm.
or even in the morning when my parents were still asleep.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I was small, so I could get away with it. Like I was quiet. And so my sneak skill was like at 100. And I went down into the garage, quietly shut the door, and I went over to the Playboys to see what they were. I opened them up. Like the first one, it was Babes of Baywatch. And I open it up, and the first thing I see is Pam Anderson butt naked. Boing.
Yeah, that'll
It
do
was
it.
over.
Yeah.
It That was all she wrote.
Broke Beav with
And
one picture.
yep. And so after that, like I started memorizing the names of playmates that I still have. Like I still know who Inga Drozdova is. She was like a Russian playmate in the 90s. Like I got all this useless knowledge in my head
Okay, you
about
know
all these
what?
Playboy playmates.
Fucking that's the next one. Beef takes us to Perv City. The history of Playboy according to Beaver.
Oh no. I even have a book. I think it's here.
Oh god damn it,
It might
dude.
be.
I was a joke. I wasn't realizing how accurate I was on that.
No, I actually have the 50th anniversary book of Playboy. Like it's a whole book on the history of Playboy.
Okay,
According
I guess study yourself
according to
up on
them.
it. Guess study yourself
According
up
to
on
them
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like did you know that back in Vietnam they actually sent a Playboy playmate over to Vietnam to see the soldiers?
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, because like they ordered a lifetime subscription and the guarantee was if you got that, you got to meet a Playboy playmate in real life and she hand delivered the magazine. But there were soldiers in Vietnam that were active duty that did it. So they sent over Joe Collins and she got to see the wounded soldiers and stuff. She was 19.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't fuck her
Like,
up for life at all.
oh, I mean, she never forgot it. Like one of them literally died in front of her.
Yeah, again,
Like
yeah, I'm sure.
the last thing he said to her was, "I'm so glad to see you, sweetheart." And after that, he like promptly died.
Yep, that feels right.
Yeah.
It turns out his heart couldn't take that spike of blood pressure.
I mean,
I'm
but
sorry, but
like,
if you show up to meet a bunch of people, he says it's nice to meet you, then promptly dies. You can't not help but feel like that's your fault. There's no way you don't.
Well, I mean, and then there was even another time where a soldier just straight up grabbed her and kissed her, and she kissed him right back. Like he was all sweaty from the field too, and everything. Like,
Yeah, you're full of all kinds of interesting stories. All right, I guess the next one's for perverts. Let's do that.
no, I
Alrighty.
mean, but yeah, no, that like that is wild though that they pulled it off too. They had to jump through so many hoops just to pull that off.
I can believe it.
It's fucking wild. I don't know. This is the 70s, man. 60s and 70s was a I wasn't alive then, but it must have been a hell of a time.
Right. Uh, alrighty.
So,
Well, I'd say that's a good spot for the end of this conversation. Try to keep it within a reasonable time frame. We will pick this up again later with a different subject. Started off on games, and we ended up in movies, and we ended up on personal shit. And yeah, that's a good way of spreading it around. Just kind of a mix.
yeah.
All
Ended
right.
on Playboy.
Well, I appreciate you, dude. Fucking everybody else, like and sub and do all that usual stuff. Take her easy. She's easy. Take her twice. Later, lit.